it's a Fluffle player, and I like Fluffles. It's just one of the decks I play. I just thought I'd show off what it can do. So here he's going second, and he has the Gamma, and he also has the Egypt Scythe, which came out in Rise of the Duelist. So this is one that you can quick effect fusion summon during your opponent's turn, and then you can summon out the new fusion monster that also came in Rise of the Duelist, which is Crow Whale, which destroys a card on both players' side of the field when it's summoned. So you can pop the driver and get it engraved so that the Gammas are still alive. So I thought that was a really cool combo, I'll call it, but it's just a nice interaction that he gets to keep the Gammas live. Because usually it'd be banished and then you've not got access. So any dead drawing a Gamma now would just it wouldn't be very helpful. He does have the patchwork and he does have the repair. So the repair's pretty cool because it's one of the cards you can send off Fright for Crow Whale because it just sends a Fright for card from deck or extra deck. So you could send one of your extra deck guys, but you could also then Fright for repair, and it means you've got an extra special summon from your hand, and it does edge imps as well. So he gets rid of the patchwork, but he draws the patchwork anyway. Goes to attack with the Crow Whale, but he can't really do anything. This is not a great showing for Fluffles. It's not a game that they win. It's not a match where they win, should I say. But I thought you get to see they make the Crow Whale just with a normal poly, and then Crow Whale sends the Fight for Repair, Fight for Fusion, banishing from grave. He makes the Calamities using two of the Crow Whales, and then he can Verti Anaconda, send the Red Ice Fusion to make the screen. So that's sort of pretty much as good as going first hand's going to be. He does have the D shifter, which I thought was quite interesting because I mean it's not really worked from here because he has no follow up plays because he then can't send to the graveyard with Foolish Burial. All of these things that send to grave when they're fusion summoned, they're just not working for him, and it means that if he fusions from hand, then he's getting rid of all his resources, and they can recur them somewhat, but a lot of what Fluff will do is banishing from grave or recurring from grave. So I don't think D Shifter was the right call for this deck. Things like the Dark Ruler, I can see because you could, if you're playing something like I don't know, the Wolf or the Tiger, you can blow a board apart. But I don't think D Shifter's a good thing to side. So he does end up losing. He just goes full combo with the Infernoble the turn after. So I don't know. I'd like to know his reasoning for playing the Shifter. I get that it stops a lot of decks, and it did stop Infernoble. That between that and the Gamma, it stopped the Infernoble player in his tracks. But I don't think it's really advancing him very much. It's just stopping both of them. So this replay I just saw, it's a virtual world player. So we'll fast forward into this. So it's a virtual world player, but he's playing the Beast of the Pharaoh, which is just a level 3 that can keep recurring itself every time it's sent to the grave for a synchro. So as long as you have sort of like your virtual world and one of your spells, you don't need your normal summon. So here we've got Blade. He's going off with usual Infernoble stuff. So we're probably not going to see him do anything this game, but he does get to use the the Beast of the Pharaoh in one of the games that I saw. So yeah, this is using the Colt Wing with the Auroradon, not the VFD stuff, but it's pretty cool. So he gets rid of the Lulu in his hand, and then Smoke Grenade can get rid of something else. So he gets rid of the Desires. I think I would have gone for the spell so that he can't then special summon from his hand. But the Desires could see more. So he negated that, and that was the end of that game. The virtual world player then chooses to go first. He gets the he gets something face up, and he gets the GG. So he can just normal summon the Beast of the Pharaoh and keep bringing it back. So there we go. Makes the Coral Dragon specs back Beast. You can then go Zolkin, make the Crystal Wing with the Zolkin effect, and keep bringing back this Beast of the Pharaoh to keep helping synchro climbing. He then makes the VFD, calls fire, game over. It then goes to game 3. I'm pretty sure the virtual world player doesn't actually manage to do much here. But yeah, you saw the combo with the Beast of the Pharaoh. Um, I don't think the combos with Virtual World are that linear, so it's not like a set combo that if you open it, because you do rely on seeing one of the specs from one of the monsters and the spell and the Beast of the Pharaoh to normal summon. So it's not hugely consistent. I just thought it was a cool little extra tech in there, um, because you're not that normal summon reliant in the deck. Yeah, so Infernoble does his usual Infernoble things. I'm pretty sure he goes. Um, yeah, here we go. Yep. So he makes the Tatsunoko, makes Savage, grabs a Gear Freed, Smoke Grenades, and yeah, he's already playing with 4 card hand. He now draws the Ash. It's so he just wants to get something grave. Yeah, 8 minutes defeat. But yeah, the Beast of the Pharaoh, I just thought it was a cool tech that I'd show you guys. Okay, guys, so for this next replay, I just thought I'd show off a cool combo that I'd seen someone playing. I think it's in game 3 they do it. So we've got Atlantean Mermail versus Dino. We'll just fly through this because the Atlantean Mermail player doesn't really get to achieve much here. Yeah, so the Hulk gets gammed and he just sets the Hornet drone and passes. Yep, Dino player does Dino things, and here we have the second Hulk. It makes the Marcher, then makes the Barricade Borg, then makes the Auroradon, gets 3 tokens for Auroradon, pops the Conductor Tyranno, and makes the Savage, but he has the other double evil pill. So that was a fairly quick one. The Dino player just having the second double evil was just really strong for him. Dino player doing more Dino things. His opponent just scoops very, very quickly. So it's this game where we actually see the Atlantean Mermail player with the kill combo. So we've all seen like the Auroradon Coltwing stuff now that now that I've forgotten his name. The level 3's banned. So here he goes, makes the Marcher, brings back Diva, makes Barricade Borg, makes the Auroradon. So now, Oline, that was his name. I've forgotten him that quickly. So he tributes the Auroradon and the level 1 token, the Lincross token, to get out Hamstrat. So this one has the effect that you can tribute a token and then spec a Mech Phantom Beast from your graveyard. And it's one of these that has the level increase. So so it tributes one of the tokens to get back the Auroradon. So the Auroradon has a soft once per turn. So now that he's brought it back, you can use the effect again. So he tributes another token and brings out Eros Gwyn. So this has the effect that you can banish Mech Phantom Beast from your graveyard to get another level 3 token, and that also gets boosted by the number of tokens. So now these are both level 9, and you can make the Calamaties, and then with them you can make, so that's a level 2 into a level 3, so you get level 8 for the Savage. Savage can then bring back the Hulk, so for 2 negates, and then he has exactly 5 in his grave, so he can drop the Millen Glacier, discarding 2 from his opponent's hand. Yeah, I just thought this was a really good combo. I thought I'd show it off. Props to Tiger Shark 92 if he did come up with this. It's a pretty cool combo. His opponent gets the Gamma back. So he calls fire, tries to Gamma, and then Savage negate. It then has the Extrav. I'll just fast forward through all this. Gets nothing off the Extrav, just sets an Ash. He had the Fossil Dig, but now that he can't do anything because the Calamities went through. So you can Diva spec out the Neptibus. He can then he sees his hand with the Minstrel. Gets rid of the Ash, can then Netibus, get rid of the Dragoons to get an infantry, and Dragoons grabs him with Diva. Uh, he then he calls light so that he then can't Nibiru him. He makes the Hulk, gets another Plague Spreader, makes Unicorn to get rid of his set card, and then he can just attack for game because he's got all this on board. Okay, so I just caught the start of this game, and I thought I'd record it because I thought it was quite an enjoyable start to the game. So we'll see how it plays out. So we've got Sancti up here. He's playing Math Mech. If you've seen the channel before, you know I do love my Math Mechs. And I use wind ups. He's not using wind ups. He's using level 2 somethings. It just seems level 2 turbo. So we'll get the special Math Mech Sigma because he controls no monsters next monster zone. Normal summon diameter. He then makes the Alan Bershon. Alan Bershon has the effect where you can detach 2 to add a Math Mech card. So he does that to add the super factorial. He sets the tactics, the super factorial, and the impermanence. I don't get why he set the talents. I guess it's just he may as well to bait out a destruction effect. So he passes turn. His opponent standby phase activates super factorial to target both the ones engraved, the sigma and the diameter. So I only watched a few plays past this and then stopped so that I could record the full thing. But he's using diameter, so it will get the additional effect that he gets the negate. And because it was summoned during his opponent's turn, he has that live this turn. So I missed that the first time round. I was more focused on what this guy had because I had no idea what he was planning on doing. So he's discarded the Nimble Angler for the Swap Frog. That'll trigger both of them. So the Nimble Angler, when it's sent to the graveyard, he can special summon 2 nimble monsters. So he goes for the Beaver and the Sunfish, and swap Prog effect, which sends the Ronin Totem. Then he overlays for Herald of the Pure Light. This can add a monster from graveyard back to hand, and then he puts 1 card back. So he gets the Angler back and puts the Driver. So he gets the Angler so he can do this again. So he gets to send something with Swap Frog, and he gets to special summon with the Nimble Angler again. So he goes banish Swap Frog for Ronin Totem, and then he can make the Totally Awesome. He then normal summons the Plague Spreader, links off the Plague and the Herald of Pure Light into Hulk, then activates the effect of Hulk. He then uses the negate here. So this is the negate provided by Math Mech Diameter because it was special summoned this turn. And then, as I'm just explaining to his opponent, and then he negates that with Toad. So this is pretty much as far as I've seen, so everything else will be new to me as well. So the effect of Hulk does go through because he negates with Toad. So he gets out Fishborg Archer, which can special summon from the grave, controls the monsters, and gets the Nimble Angler back to hand with the effect of Toad. Hulk into Linkross. Linkross effect for tokens, that gets impermanenced. So I don't really understand what the objective of this deck is. It seems to be level 2 spam. So we'll go for Link 4. Which can he do that? Yeah, sorry, I was thinking of the Mecha Phantom Beast Link monster. That's the one that stops you from summoning for the rest of the time. Link Cross, you just can't use the tokens. So he's just checking that this doesn't also have a negate. So obviously it doesn't. It's provided by Diameter, so it's only for the remainder of that turn. So he uses the Salvage, which gets him back to the Beaver and the Frog. He can then do Swap Frog, discard Nimble Beaver again, sends the Ronin Totem, puts the Beaver back to summon out Plague. He can then make a... I was going to say level 4 Synchro. No, he's... okay, it's just, Dragoons. That super creative and wonderful thing that everyone just seems to cram in a deck for the sake of it. And then he's just going to scoop there. So it was quite a nice play with the super factorial and the diameter. I like that. It's just that didn't quite play out for him. So here Math Mech's going first again. Why is he choosing to go first and putting in the Nibiru? That I don't really get that. He gets the Ash and the Balancer. Balancer's really nice there. He's got the Nibiru, but he's got nothing else to disrupt. So he goes for the subtraction of the subtraction zone effects on himself. He goes for the Disciple and the Devotee. Disciple effects to draw one, put one back, and Devotee makes tokens. You can then Cyverse Wicked, Cyverse Wicked effect, banish one to add a Cyberse Tuner from deck, and because Balance of Lord has been banished, you can then special summon one from hand, which is usually going to be the Nabla, and then Nabla effect to contribute the Linkuriboh to special summon one from deck. He's then going to overlay for the Alambertian effect to search a Mathmech card, which he grabs another subtraction. He sets the Factorial, he then gets Nibiru'd, which is fairly irrelevant. He grabs another Magician's Souls. He then goes for the same. He opened Angler and the Swap Frog again, so he can do the same play. He then ashes the Angler, which was Chainlink 2, so he still gets the Toad. Bounce it back to normal summon, send Frog, banish Frog, get Rodentone. Thinking on summon, so he's going to get himself all three out. So he's got the Nabla, the Sigma, and the Subtraction. And he's going to Xyz summon with them. So he goes for the Laplation, so this has the effect on summon. Detach up to 3, and then use effects based on how many detaches. So if you detach all 3, you can send random card from the opponent's hand to the grave, a monster, and a spell or trap. So you'll just do 2 here. Yeah, because he has no spells or traps. So yeah, he gets rid of the Swap Frog and one of the Magician's Souls, but he has the other Magician's Souls. Yep, Souls for the Dead Red Ice Fusion. He gets the Nimble Sunfish, which is doing nothing for him really. Linkuriboh, he just goes for the... okay. So he's getting the beer before the Anaconda goes off. And I think that's probably going to be the end of his turn. Because the only thing left that he can do is summon out the Ronin Totem if he wants, which he won't. So he's going to normal summon the Multiplication. He's going to use the effects. Sigma summons itself out. Desires. He hits another subtraction and a talent, and his opponent just skips. He probably knows enough about Mathmech to know that they can OTK easily, but I think that's probably going to be about it. So now we're into game 3. It's just okay. So we'll get Ecclesia effect, which will add the punishment. So he sets the punishment and the Avarice again may as well bait out something. So effective Sigma, and then effective Subtraction. He also has the addition in hand and the parallel exceed, so it's pretty stacked hand. He's got the exceed, which shouldn't matter because he still hasn't normal summoned, and he has the addition and parallel exceed. So yeah, it's there. He's got the Disciple. He's going to special summon the parallel exceed. Parallel exceed effect. Oh, he has the Ash. I forgot about the Ash. But you can still do the Devotee play. So, he gets the Balancer Lord. Has he normal summoned? I think he did normal summon the... oh no. He's not normal summoned yet, so you'll still have that. So he makes the Linkuriboh, which triggers the Wicked effect. To search, but it has the Fleur de Lis, which will negate the Wicked. You can then normal summon the Balancer Lord. Gets the additional normal summon. Splash Mage, which can special summon back the addition. He's then got the Alambertian to search. He's grabbing himself the Nabla. He's got the additional normal summon, effective Nabla, which will spec out the multiplication. Multiplication can then double the level, making the Geomathematic Final Sigma, and then multiplication will double the attack, and Nabla means it can attack twice, so attacking twice into these two is just going to be game. Yeah, and that's him in Messy Defeat. So I just wanted to, I saw Mathematics come up, and I thought that would just be a apparent opportunity to show them off. It showed off the OTK potential of them and the super factorial diameter plays that you can do during your opponent's turn, and I guess whatever this deck was. But thanks for watching.
Shh, not a zombie channel.